All right, welcome back to the show, everybody. Hope you all are having a good day so far. In my first video back from my break, there was one comment that said, I was really expecting you to talk about the New York Knicks winning the championship. And I realized, you know what? I took my break right when that happened now, didn't I? So, yeah. All right, guys, let's do it. This is going to be a Johnny Arnett video, and it's actually titled A Reality That I Can't Grasp. And I know this is about the NBA Finals and the outcome of it, but I'm wondering if he's really disappointed on how it went down or whatever. But either way, I figure it would be a good bed to basically have an opportunity to share my thoughts on the NBA Finals, as I honestly thought that was one of the best. I mean, I know it was only 5 games, but those 5 games were absolutely wild. That was one of the most fun experiences I've had watching basketball in ages. So, you know, even though, like you guys know, I was rooting for the Spurs, but the team I was rooting for lost, I couldn't help but absolutely get on board with New York by the end of it. Like, they just earned it. They deserved it. Like, they had so much heart. But anyways, we'll get into it as we go through it. I'm going to link this video from Johnny Arnett down in the description. There you'll see a list of channel members. And speaking of which, I believe new channel member was right around when I was taking a break. K8T did 2. I believe that's the pronunciation you're looking for. Hopefully, if not, let me know in the comments. Let me know I messed it up. But either way, good to see you in the member section. And the last thing I have to announce to you guys is that I went ahead and started that YouTube channel I was talking about. So this is going to be my music channel coming up. I mean, I have plans for it, but, you know, I'm going to take it easy and just maybe do like one video every so often. But I'm going to link, it's called Which One's Pink. Anybody who's a Pink Floyd fan, you might get that reference from Have a Cigar. And whatever it is, it was just the thing that came to me first, and it made me laugh. I'm like, that'll be funny to do. I'm like, why don't I do it? Anyways, I'm going to link this down below in the description as well. All I've done so far is I've made a plan. I've made a YouTube channel, and then I made an intro last night. So, like, that'll be the intro for the videos. At least that's what I'm thinking. All right, and without further ado, you guys, like I said, the link will be down below for those of you who would like to check that channel out. And yeah, let's get on with the video, you guys. Here we go with the worst intro in basketball YouTube history. Actually, I'd love to play some guitar over this this melody here.
How's it going, NBA fans?
Good.
And I'm still buzzing about last night. I can't believe this actually happened.
Oh, awesome. Okay, so this is going to be raw, like right after it happened.
Like, I can, because the Knicks were such an incredible team, but at the same time, I'm having a hard time grasping that this is reality. The New York Knicks are NBA champions because they took home Game 5 with a final score of 94-90.
Right?
This is actually real life.
That is crazy. Yeah. That final score in 2026, it is pretty amazing. God, I still can't believe they beat them 4-1.
In all my years of watching the NBA, I've known the Knicks to be an iconic team. When I first fell in love with the sport, they were a darn good team. Mm-hmm. They've had many legends, many iconic players, and they're known as the Mecca of basketball.
Yeah.
But as long as I've been alive, I never saw them win an NBA championship.
Yeah, me too.
And I'm pretty old at this point.
Yeah, I've only seen them. Well, this is the second NBA Finals I've seen them in now, right? Once in the 90s. Jeez.
I gotta say, I'm so happy for all the passionate Knicks fans. I'm happy for Jalen Brunson. I'm happy for all the Knicks icons who got to be a part of the excitement. And I'm even happy for Mike Brown,
for sure,
who had a bit of a redemption tour this season. This is a guy who once won the Coach of the Year award in Cleveland. But you wouldn't know it based on how many LeBron fans talk about him.
I know, yeah. This guy will get you to NBA Finals, but it's not good enough. You know, I never understood why people would hate on, well, never mind, I do, because they're brainwashed LeBron fans. Yeah, I wonder why Mike Brown always gets a job, and whenever he gets a job, his team does good. Now he's got a championship. Maybe people will shut up about him, give him some respect.
He was also basically fired for LeBron and then fired for Kobe. So naturally, his reputation has been in the gutter since. But now that he's an NBA champion, they certainly can't take this away from him now.
Yep.
That's for sure.
Dude, did you guys see the who let the dogs out thing? That was so funny, man.
I still can't believe that this team went 16-3 throughout the postseason. Say what you want about these Knicks, but based on their record alone, they are objectively one of the greatest teams in NBA history.
Dude, it's the ultimate comeback team. I've never seen a team do what the Knicks pulled off throughout the entire playoffs, basically, which was, okay, I'm not much of a betting man, but if I was, like every time at the end of a first quarter when they were down by 20, like that's the time to put in your bets, man, because these guys, like their strength is their weakness, but they overcome it. Like their strength is just more powerful. Like their weakness is they don't know how to start out a game. Their first quarter is abysmal. I don't know what their problem is, but everything after that first quarter is the most like heart-filled, hungry basketball I've seen since I can't remember. Like they were just hungry dogs.
Just look at some of the teams that
they never said die, basically.
Comparable to from a record standpoint, and look at some of the teams that they're ahead of.
Yeah.
It was absolute legendary stuff from Jalen Brunson
100%.
As he dropped 45 points on 52% shooting.
Yep, that man is clutch, 100%.
On the series as a whole, he averaged 32 points per game while making 42% of his shots, which to me is just further proof that shooting percentages don't always tell the whole story.
Yep.
I could see 15 to 20 years from now, people saying that Jalen Brunson shouldn't have been the finals MVP based on how inefficient he was.
Yeah, but they need to watch the games because he played like trash in the first quarters. Like, I mean, he was shooting like 20%, like probably by the averages in the first quarters. But guess what? So was the rest of the team. But he was the spark every single game. You know, when the team looked like they were dead, he was clawing back by himself. And then that would give the rest of the team that willpower, that hope, you know, to jump on board and kick some ass with Jalen so he's not out there all alone. And next thing you know, they're winning the game. So it's just not all series are built the same. Not all games are built the same. Sometimes the shooting percentage, it tells the entire story. In this case, it really doesn't.
But when you actually just recently watch this series as a whole and see the way he stepped up in moments where he absolutely had to, it makes sense. He was absolutely the right choice at the end of Game 5.
No doubt.
Now people are wanting to say that he's the greatest New York Knick of all time, or that he's the most clutch player since Kobe Bryant. And honestly, I kind of want to pump the brakes on all of that. If this era has taught us anything, it's that many teams get to eat now, and many stars are getting their turn.
Yeah, sure. We hadn't had a repeat champion, and shoot, I mean, was the last one the Warriors?
Giannis had his turn, and we hyped him up. Jokic had his turn, and we hyped him up. Then SGA had his. Tatum had his, and now Brunson is having his.
Yes, I agree. Yep. And now that Shea is out, all the talk is going to be Jalen, you know? So, you know, Shea, I'm sorry. Yeah. I mean, SGA, you know, they had an opportunity to break the trend and actually be that team that could defend and, you know, think we'd have a new dynasty, but we don't. So and I got to tell you the truth. I don't know about you guys. Let me know in the comments. Like what New York did, I don't see them repeating. Something like that, like the way that they won this championship it really speaks like a one-off to me. I think they're going to be a great team moving forward, but what it took to win this championship, I don't think they can do this again. Like it was one of the craziest performances I've ever seen.
Remember, we were comparing Kawhi Leonard to Michael Jordan in 2019.
Right.
Based on his scoring and based on how clutch he was in those playoffs.
Yeah, maybe y'all were. I wasn't. But no, I mean, I'll give it to him. He had a great series, and then he left. So, yeah, I was never comparing him to MJ. But dude's great when he wants to be.
And those comparisons now look comical in hindsight. What I will say about Brunson, though, is he has something even more meaningful than all of that. He's now a freaking legend in New York City.
For sure.
Regardless of whether or not he ever enters the best player conversation, and regardless of his case for the most clutch player in the league today.
Come on, I know you New Yorkers. Jalen Brunson, he could retire right now, and for the rest of his life, anytime he walks into a bar, people are buying him drinks. I guarantee you. That's how New Yorkers are. They don't forget this kind of stuff.
He is safely established as a hero and as an icon in one of the biggest and most passionate basketball cities in the country.
The only way he can get hate now is if he joins the Spurs next year. The New York fans will kill him.
That kind of recognition is priceless. I don't think it's a question of if he gets a statue outside of Madison Square Garden.
Yeah.
But it's a matter of when.
For sure.
Now, on the other side of things, the best player for the opposing team had a rough series to say the least. Obviously, we know all about Wemby's blunders in Game 2 and in Game 4. But then he followed it up last night by going 7 of 19 from the field, including 1 of 5 in the fourth quarter.
Ooh.
He also had a crucial missed free throw and enabled some of New York's biggest plays in the closing moments. He's still very young, as he's only 22 years old.
Yeah, he is. And I do see these types of fundamental mistakes. Free throw blown is a free throw blown.
Had a crucial missed free throw and enabled some of New.
When I see stuff like this, it kind of drives me crazy. Like, why doesn't he get this rebound? It's all just positioning. He's got the inside position. You're supposed to box out with your back.
New York's biggest.
Oops, I don't have my John Madden pen working here. Not for this video. I'll get it for the next video. Anyways, he doesn't have his back. You're supposed to box out with your back, but instead he's boxing out with his chest. And now who's got position?
Plays in.
You know, how are you going to get a rebound with you know, when you're not facing the basket? It's a lot harder to see where the ball's trajectory is. So box it out with your back. And then go ahead and grab it. You know, you could read where the ball is going to bounce because you're facing it.
The closing moments. He's still very young, as he's only 22 years old.
Oh, yeah. Let me get my Wemby opinion out real quick, guys. Everybody is so, like, hot and cold, so high, so low all the time now because it's, like, social media days. Guys, year 3. This is his 3rd year. Wemby exceeded all of my expectations for year 3. I don't remember Michael Jordan winning a championship in year 3. I don't remember LeBron James winning a championship in year 3. It doesn't happen that fast when you're thrown on a bad team like he was, okay? And like Jordan was and like LeBron was, okay? It doesn't happen that fast. But the fact that they made it to the NBA Finals in year 3, they dethroned the NBA champions in year 3 when they never, ever stepped foot in the playoffs ever before in their lives. They went this far, 5 games in the NBA Finals. I'm proud of them. Like, I'm absolutely ecstatic for them. Of course, I was thinking, you know, it'd be really cool if they did win it all. But you know what? It's not their turn yet. So I'm not so high and so low on Wemby and like, oh, his career is over. Give him a break. You know, he's going to be around for another 12 years at least. So hopefully. So yeah, I'm not going to judge him now. If I'm going to judge him off of last season, then it's all positive because he exceeded my expectations. Now, does he have room to improve? Hell yeah. I got a lot of gripes about his game. I would love to sit down and just chat with him, but I know he's in good hands because he's talking with a lot of NBA legends. But personally, I think he's got a lot to improve, but he's already pretty damn solid, man. And he has that will to win. Now I hope he learns the lesson. Don't celebrate too early, young man. Because I saw him do it. And the second he started doing it and he started celebrating, I'm like, it's over. I knew it was over for the team.
And many NBA legends had an embarrassing playoff series early in their career. So I'm not worried about him ultimately rebounding from this.
Yeah.
But this one is going to sting for a while.
This one's one of those, what don't kill you, make you more strong.
My hope is that he sees his clear weaknesses and tackles them with intention this offseason.
I hope he gains 30 pounds or 40 pounds. Solid muscle. That's where I want him to start and then work on those post moves. and work on his boxing out. I want him to work at being a big man. The guy can shoot. The guy can dribble. He's got Jamal Crawford moves. You know, he doesn't need to work on that right now. I want him to work in his deep paint moves, both on offense and defense, and gain some muscle mass. That's all I want from him.
If you're a 7'4" guy, you can't be shooting 42% over the course of the NBA Finals.
Yeah, you can't be doing step back three. I mean, you can't. No, let me correct you. You can't be doing step back threes. You can shoot some open threes once in a while because you have the ability to shoot over everybody. But we better see your ass in the paint. You know, a much smaller dude dominated you, but you could also see the much smaller dude is stronger than you. You know, and he pushed you around. He really did.
That's just simply not acceptable.
And he's going to get hacked, all right? Shaq had to learn this early in his career, too. He's not going to get all the calls, okay? It's impossible because Wemby is such, you know, he has such an advantage in the paint that everybody's going to pull on his jersey, grab his arm, hook him, shove him, trip him. They're going to keep doing all this stuff that they've been doing to him. He's got to find a way to overcome this now.
It doesn't surprise me that the one game that the Spurs actually won...
And I'm sorry, last thing I'll say on it. So when they did that to Shaq, what did Shaq do? Okay? He gained about 30 pounds, and then next thing you know, he had his, you know, that season in the Lakers where he was MVP, Finals MVP, champion. You know, he had to gain that muscle, so he was so strong, nobody could pull him down. You tried to pull him down, you went up with him. It was no joke. Only thing was Shaq ended up gaining more and more weight after that, so that kind of didn't work out for too long.
Also happened to be the game where he had his fewest three-point attempts and shot his highest percentage from the field. He's got to learn to play stronger, he's got to learn to be comfortable in the post, and learn some more post moves.
Yeah, you just got to take advantage of your natural gift, which is your size. You're the tallest guy in the NBA. You got to play like it.
Like, even if he just had a basic...
And he does on defense. You know, he goes for every block on defense. So on offense, just match what you're doing on defense. Play as a 7'4" guy should.
Jump hook in his arsenal, more post moves. Like, even if he just had a basic jump hook in his arsenal, it would basically be unstoppable for him.
Yeah, I agree. He's complicating the game. And don't get me wrong, a lot of greats have done that. I think young 80s Michael Jordan overcomplicated the game too. But somehow he was still, I mean, it was shooting like 54%. So what the hell am I thinking? But if you watch him work in the 80s, he is using so much energy to get 2 points. He's so much energy. But, you know, whatever, man. What am I to say about MJ? He got it done. But that's what I see Wemby doing right now. And it's not as productive as what Michael Jordan did. He's using a ton of energy and overcomplicating things. Instead of making 3 or 4 moves like Kyrie Irving has to do, Wemby just has to make one move, go up. Just like Kobe Bryant and Michael Jordan and Larry Bird and all these guys learned later on in their career, get to your spot and rise. So stop the pump fake, you know, up and under, step through, all this stuff. That's just going to end up breaking your legs. You're 7'4", dude. You don't need to do that because you can rise up and shoot over everybody else in the league at any time you want because you're that tall. Simplify the game. Kareem did with the skyhook. Simplify it.
You got to give credit to New York and give a ton of credit to Mitchell Robinson for getting what was possibly the greatest offensive rebound in Knicks history. But at the same time, Wemby allowed that to happen.
Yeah, once again, Wemby's reverse boxing out.
He's a 7'4" guy with
I don't have my
the
pen.
favorable position. All he's got to do is box out his man while facing the basket.
There you go.
But he simply doesn't have the strength to do that, so he instead tries to seal off his man while facing him with his back to the basket. Yes, Wemby is the tallest guy on the court by far, but he's only 230 pounds, so he frequently gets pushed around in these scenarios. Now, I understand it's hard for a tall and lengthy guy to put on a lot of weight, but if Wemby wants to be better in these scenarios in the next postseason, then he needs to hit the gym and get some protein.
Agreed.
And just learn some ways to mitigate the fact that he's way skinnier than the dudes he's battling in the post.
Straight up, that would be a strategy. If I'm a trainer for him, it's like we're starting and ending every session with a big old whey protein shake. You like cookies and cream? There you go, buddy. Drink up.
But like I said,
and then we're going to the weight room.
He's young, their team is young, and I think their day is coming. Yep. They showed the fact that they were the younger team throughout this series, as they were constantly getting off to big leads, but then couldn't retain those leads and were constantly failing to keep their poise.
They all looked shook. They did. And Stefan Castle, man, he looked really shook in this series. I mean, I know it's year 2, but yeah, I've had nothing but good things to say about a lot of these guys all year. But they definitely did not look right in the NBA Finals. And I think a lot of that is just pressure, It's pressure and inexperience. So I'm not going to, light these guys on fire right now. I'm just going to say that was a hell of an experience. You guys made it really far, and I hope they come back more mature. That's all. Stronger, more mature, lessons intact, and I hope they're training in the offseason.
And close it out in fourth quarters, which is what New York did.
Yes.
So what do you guys think? Would you bet on the New York Knicks repeating as champions next year? I look forward to hearing your thoughts in the comment section below. Shout out to the members for supporting the channel, and thanks for watching as always. Make sure to like and subscribe for more basketball content, and I'll see you guys in the next video.
Great video. Yeah, sorry about the no Madden pen. I switched over to my main PC now. This is the first video I'm doing it. Hopefully everything comes out good. But that way I can do all my YouTube stuff on one computer now. I haven't even thought at this point who's going to win the NBA championship next year. It's so up in the cards because honestly, a lot of things are depending on off-season moves, free agency signings and all that. Where we're seeing crazy things happening, like Giannis to the Heat and all that. Can they sign a couple of free agents or make a couple of moves, get a couple perimeter shooters, and are they instant contenders? I don't know. Will Boston fire their coach and get a new coach in with a different identity and not jack up 53s a game? They could be a title contender next year. Are the Spurs going to come back with all types of vengeance on their mind, and just destroy the league next year? Possible. Could OKC come back, flop their way to another championship? These are actually possibilities. The Lakers are one free agency move away. Once they get rid of LeBron, they're one free agency move away if they get a big man to also be a contender for an NBA championship. My Suns, just kidding. We don't have a shot in hell. But also the New York Knicks, they have a legit chance here. And we all forgot about the Pistons too. I'm just saying this is going to be a fun year. And also, I got to look into what's going on with the Timberwolves because they got LaMelo, right? Is that I haven't even looked into it. There's so much that happened in the week I was gone that I haven't even looked into all this stuff yet. So I got to look into that next and see what the hell's going on over there. Anyways, a lot of title contenders next year, in my opinion, and that's a great thing. Hopefully we get another playoffs like what we did last year, because I guess to wrap up this NBA season, the regular season was as crappy as it usually is. I gotta be honest, it really was. I was really disappointed. But the 2026 NBA playoffs, that was the best NBA playoffs I've seen in, I don't know, probably 8 years at least, something like that. So either way, I'd say that's a good. That was a good step. But a lot of that was just, these guys came out and they really wanted to win. And that's all it takes. People, teams that are really fighting to win. And this year I didn't feel like anyone other than James Harden wanted to go home early. But his Cleveland Cavaliers kept dragging his ass to the next round. And it was actually pretty hilarious to watch. The guy did everything he could to make his team lose so he can go on his break and go to those strip clubs. Get to his real job. But, his team, just kept dragging him to the next round. And the next thing you know, he's got to play more basketball. But other than James Harden, I didn't see anybody else really sabotage their team. Even LeBron, I can't even say like he truly sabotaged his team. He just sucked it up in the second round. But anyways, guys, I'm going to head out. I thought it was a great NBA playoffs. I'd like to hear your guys' thoughts on that. And also what you guys thought about the NBA Finals. Shout out to New York Knicks fans. Congratulations to you guys. And just as a reminder, the link is going to be down below in the description if you either want to become a member and support my channel here, or if you'd like to go and subscribe to my new YouTube channel. Maybe by the time this video drops, I might have my first video out there. We'll see what happens. But either way, link is down below if you'd like to give me a little head start on there, because I gotta tell you, it's a little nerve-wracking starting a new channel. Like I might get like 2 subscribers in like the first year. That's how YouTube goes. So anyways, guys, a link is down there if you'd like to help. I'd appreciate it, and I appreciate you all watching and hanging out with me. It's good to be back. I'll see you all in the comments, and most importantly, it's to be water, my friends. Peace out.